Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Weekly News Radio Podcast, also known as Wnrp. I'm your host, David Collins, and on behalf of the entire team, I thank you for joining us. Our top stories this week: a change to self-driving cars, a new warning from medical professionals, a group of urban explorers find something they weren't expecting, a new TSA Fast-Pass lottery, and later we talk to YouTube star Etta is Betta. All this and more on this edition of Weekly News Radio. Self-driving cars. Once an idea thought to be science fiction, now a reality. With auto manufacturing companies like Tesla working to improve the system every day, it's a wonder why these cars are not very common. One major problem car makers are facing with autonomous vehicles is the moral dilemma of who to protect in a major accident: the people in the car or the people around it. One company thinks they've solved this issue.
It's a roadblock every car company that produces autonomous cars has had to face. And we at Auto Innovations believe there is only one solution.
That was the head of public relations for Auto Innovations, Mr. Timothy Harris. Auto Innovations recently revealed their newest line of self-driving cars at a press conference. He gave this answer when asked by a reporter about the morality dilemma.
We looked at the issues of this moral problem, and it seems there are many factors, including who, in an accident, should be protected more. Should the passengers in the vehicle have a higher chance of survival? If so, and someone outside the car is killed, will the guilt be too much to bear for the people inside the car? Well, after years of research, our answer is actually pretty simple. If one of our vehicles is heading towards an unavoidable collision, our system makes sure that the crash is fatal for both the passengers in the car and the people around it. That way, no one walks away feeling guilty because no one will be able to walk away.
After the death toll of 2016, doctors and scientists began studying the causes of the year's high death rate. And now, almost 2 years later, they are advising the American public to avoid becoming a celebrity. A total of 154 celebrities passed away in 2016. Making being a celebrity more dangerous than bee stings, icicles, animal chauffeurs, and wind, and just as dangerous as falling coconuts.
If you're a celebrity and talented, start writing a will now.
That was Dr. Jerry Palter of Seattle, Washington, who noticed a correlation between the 2016 celebrity deaths and how talented most of them were. After being presented with Dr. Palter's findings, President Trump signed an executive order requiring all music, acting, and film schools in the U.S. to have a Surgeon General's warning on their applications mentioning the risks of being in the entertainment industry. Many schools have also started requiring students to take a celebrity survival course, teaching students the dangers of becoming successful, popular, and talented in this day and age. It appears new evidence of the supernatural has been discovered. Urban explorers Josh Miller and Zach Williams claim they captured hard evidence of a ghost while exploring the abandoned ruins of MySpace.com. The exploration seemed to be going normally until this happened.
Okay, so we're here at this old social network that's been abandoned for 7 years now? And so far we haven't seen anything too weird.
Wait, what was that?
What?
Go back.
What? I don't see anything.
Look.
Holy
What the f***?
Okay, this is super weird. We were going through old profiles and we came across this one that says it was updated 3 days ago.
How is that possible?
This is f***ing weird.
Wait.
Shh. What?
Hit refresh.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Close it, dude. Dude, close the page.
I'm trying. It won't close.
Run, dude, run.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, over here.
Oh, you dude.
Okay, that scared the shit out of me.
Totally.
Okay, we hit refresh, and a song was added to the profile like 5 seconds ago. There's nobody here. Dude, who added that song?
It was a new song, too. That new one from Mariah Carey.
Holy that was weird. Oh man. Oh,
Scary stuff. Fab Morvan, best known for his work in the pop duo Milli Vanilli, released a statement yesterday saying he doesn't understand how a lot of artists today are making a living doing the exact thing that ended his career. We spoke to Fab on the phone earlier today.
We had our Grammy taken away from us when it was discovered we weren't actually singing. Now, I see artists winning Grammys and being really successful even though they aren't singing. There are also artists who use so much autotune, they might as well not be singing.
Fab went on to say that he and his bandmate Rob often got criticism that they were just a pretty face with no talent, and therefore shouldn't be in the music industry. He then pointed out that now that seems to be the industry standard, and he's right. And I did just receive word that although it was Fab Morvan who called in to us earlier, it turns out he was in fact lip-syncing, while someone else spoke for him. The TSA has announced that they will be implementing a TSA Fast-Pass lane. Those chosen for the new pass will be able to go through security without getting screened. Those receiving the Fast-Pass will be picked using a random lottery, and we have received the first 10 names picked for the Fast-Pass, which are as follows: Mark Collins, Charles Roberts, Lisa Baker, Carl Anderson, Tim Harding, Jerry Holt, Brenda Anderson, Kelly Glover, Larry Reed, and Zakari Ahmed. I do apologize, it looks like that last name was an error, and is supposed to be Joanne Smith. Here now is Nigel Olsen for a special report. In 2016, the state of California took to vote and decided to make recreational marijuana legal. Since then, more and more dispensaries have been opening up all across the state. Some towns, however, have been blocking companies from coming in and setting up shop. I'm here in Necking Heights, a generally wealthy community where the median household income is over $500,000. And one of the towns who decided to not allow weed shops to open within the city limits. I spoke with a few of the residents on the subject.
If we allow these marijuana stores to open, then our town will just be overrun by potheads and stoners.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug. If we allow these stores to open, we might as well allow meth stores to open. Or cocaine. Or crack, or China White, or Special K, or Yellow Sunshine, Molly, Chinese Tobacco, Speedball, White Horizon, Roofies, or Gym Candy, Satan's Secret.
Meanwhile, in the poor neighboring rival town of San Pointe, the people voted unanimously to allow dispensaries to open. Since then, over 16 shops have opened within the city limits.
Of course San Pointe would open those drug shops. Leave it to the poor to make the worst mistakes. That town is going to go down in flames. Just you wait.
That was Miss Diane Turner, a longtime resident of Necking Heights. I spoke with the mayor of San Pointe. We get a lot of criticism from the people of Necking Heights about our decision to open recreational weed stores. They say we're stupid, careless drug addicts. The part they forget about is we also get an enormous amount of tax revenue from the weed stores. Like a shit ton. Last year, the town of San Pointe saw an increase in tax revenue of over 500%. Since opening the dispensaries, the town went from being $3 million in debt to now having a $21 million surplus. And it's constantly going up, all of which is from city sales tax added on to the marijuana sales. Last I checked, the individual residents of Necking Heights do have more money, but our city is 110% wealthier. We've fixed every road, opened new schools and hospitals, and hired more police and firefighters. Our crime rate used to be one of the highest in the state. Now we're not even in the top 100. And last month, our homeless population went down to 0 after we were able to open 3 massive state-of-the-art shelters. Amazing. And you still have money left over. Oh yeah. And the sales tax money keeps pouring in. We even had enough funds to get ourselves a little gift. That gift? A 21-foot gold statue of a hand with the middle finger raised, located right on the border of and facing the neighboring rival town of Necking Heights. This is Nigel Olsen. Back to you. And we'll be right back after these messages. Hi, I'm John McCracken, creator and producer of the weekly news radio podcast. This year's general elections are important. They will more than likely change our country in a drastic way. So I'm here today to encourage you all to go out and vote on November 6th. Because it's not just a right, it's a duty. It's a way to show the government that we're still in charge, that we have the final say. Even though 75% of you who could vote didn't say anything at all the last election, and more than likely you won't say anything this election either, because you're too busy being selfish little shits, won't be bothered to spend maybe 20 minutes of your day to help shape the country you live in. No! You have to finish that blog nobody gives a fuck about. Or you can't wait in line to vote because you're already waiting in line for the new fucking iPhone, even though it's the same fucking thing just at triple the price. Oh, and by the way, posting something on Facebook doesn't change shit. You can share that political meme all you want, but if you don't vote, you're just a fucking waste of space. So quit crying, get your shit together, go to a polling place, bring your fake support pet if you have to, and fucking vote. Thank you. Welcome back. We now take you over to Shaine Moore for entertainment this afternoon. Thank you, David. Hello there, everybody. I'm Shaine Moore, and welcome to entertainment this afternoon. This week we have with us in the studio someone who is considered to be a huge star on YouTube. She's got over 12 million subscribers and almost 1 billion YouTube views. Please welcome to the Wnrp studio, Miss Margaret David, also known as Etta is Betta.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Sean.
Oh, you're welcome. And, just to let you know, it's Shane, but Sean is just fine.
Uh-huh.
So, Margaret, where'd you get that, YouTube name from?
Well, it was pretty easy, since Etta is short for Margaret, and the rest just rhymes.
Okay. So, I am sorry, but I'm afraid I don't watch much of the YouTube. What do you do on there?
Well, when I'm not doing striptease videos on cam sites, I make videos about food, beauty products, makeup tutorials. Since Halloween is coming up, I'm doing some ghost videos. And I also make reaction videos.
Oh, really? What are those?
What, food videos? It's where I talk about food I really like and...
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I meant, what are reaction videos?
Oh. Those are videos where people watch me watch videos and I say stuff. I'm hungry.
Well, we are almost done here, but we do have some people calling in who'd like to ask you, some questions, if that's okay.
But my cell phone didn't ring.
Oh, no, they're calling the studio. Here now on the line is Abigail Fitzgerald from Santa Monica, California.
Hi, Abby. I can't see you, but hopefully you can hear me.
Oh, Lord.
Gosh, I love you, Etta. You're like the biggest inspiration to the world.
Thanks, girlfriend. I still can't see you.
So, what's your next video gonna be about?
Well, again, since Halloween is almost here, I thought I'd do a video. I'm hungry. I just ate a ton of food 7 hours ago, and it all disappeared. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm gonna do a video about black cats and how you shouldn't get them because they're bad luck.
I'm so inspired. I'm gonna vote this year just because you said we should.
I never said that.
Oh, never mind then. Thanks, Etta. Love you.
Love you, voice girl.
Okay, next we have, Steve from Fresno, California. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. Hey, Etta. I'm a huge fan of your, cam videos.
Aw, thank you, Steve.
Yeah, so I really liked it when you're with a big black, and then and that was awesome.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve, for calling in. Well, that's about all the time we have. Anything you'd like to add before we go?
I'm gonna wear this fake mustache. I wore this thing on my last YouTube video and I got 1 million views. I'm probably getting you a ton of views right now just by me wearing this mustache. You're welcome.
Yes, well, our audience can't really see you wear the mustache since, we are on the radio.
I'm hungry.
Back to you there, David. At this point in the broadcast, we would now be taking you over to Hank Reed for Critics Corner. However, he is not here, and when we try to get a hold of him, he responds simply with the emoji of a middle finger. So instead, we let Chris Adams take over the time slot with a special report on... Oh, God. 5 signs your girlfriend doesn't love you anymore. Hey, David. So here's a list of 5 signs your girlfriend doesn't love you anymore. Number 1. She puts a bag over her own head during sex. Number 2. She makes constant comments about how the neighbor's dick is bigger than yours. Number 3. She threatens to call the cops anytime you try to talk to her. And finally, on more than one occasion, she's tried to convince you that you're gay. Back to you, David. Chris? That was only 4 reasons. Oh, yeah. So I'm still waiting for my girlfriend to do a 5th thing. I'm sure she will soon. We now take you over to our last segment for this afternoon. A list of quick headlines for what we call How About a Quickie. With the upcoming release of the last season of the hit Netflix series House of Cards, The producers of the show released a statement saying they are also going to go back and edit Kevin Spacey out of the first 5 seasons. The enhanced version of the series, which will be approximately 20 minutes long, is scheduled for release in early 2019. A TSA official admitted this week that a vast majority of the items confiscated from passengers at TSA checkpoints are often taken to be resold at airport gift shops. After the release of his new show, Sick of It, show creator Carl Pilkington, also known for his work on The Ricky Gervais Show and An Idiot Abroad, revealed to the world that he's actually, in fact, thought to be deceased comedian Andy Kaufman. And finally, the White Star Company has announced that they began work on the all-new Titanic 2. Not only will the ocean liner be to the exact specifications of the original Titanic, but the ship will also sail on the Titanic's original route, setting sail from Southampton, making a stop in Queenstown, and finally to the bottom of the Atlantic, approximately 400 miles south of Newfoundland, Canada. And that's it for this edition of the Weekly News Radio podcast. You can contact us at contactwnrpodcast@gmail.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/Weekly News Radio, and on Twitter at Weekly News Radio. Be sure to tune in next time for more updates from around the world. Thank you once again for listening to WNRP. I'm David Collins. Good night.